What's going on, guys? Welcome back to my channel. I'm here with another Have and Have Nots review. If you're new to the channel, be sure to hit that subscribe button. Everybody be sure to like, comment, and share. Listen, last night, let's just get into it. So the episode comes on with, Jim and David had approached Hannah. They found Hannah up in the bedroom going through the finances. So Jim is like, bitch, give me back my paperwork. And Hannah was like, hey, look, call me that one more time and then, something be on your head. So David like, Jim, let me handle this. I got this. Right. Hannah go downstairs. Now see, I'm gonna nip all this in the bud within the first 3 to 5 minutes because by far the most entertaining thing happened on the show. David's trying to convince Hannah to give him the paperwork, right? And it kind of bothered me from a sense. Like, I get it. We're finally getting the tables to turn with the whole quote unquote the haves versus the have-nots. After all these seasons, after all these episodes, the table is finally getting to turn. And so, like I said, I'm kind of disappointed that Hannah didn't just go ahead and tell him, like, I'm the power of attorney for Catherine's estate. Like, just go ahead and tell them so they can have egg on their face and make whatever phone calls they need to make and be done. She wouldn't do that, right? So David, he reaches for it again. This time, Hannah hit him with that baka. She strike him one time, and mixed feelings about it because I was happy she hit him, right? Y'all know how I feel about Steven from Django. Y'all know how I feel about him, but she ain't hit him right. He wasn't bleeding. He ain't had no knot upside his head. Like, he was supposed to be leaking. Do you understand what I'm saying? You trying to take something from a black woman, you supposed to be leaking. So Jim calls her another bitch. David is like, Jim, I got this. So Jim come down and say, man, go call Mama Rose since you can't handle this bitch. And so I'm waiting because truth be told, we want Hannah to hit Jim. We don't really care for David, but we want Hannah to put them things on Jim. But she didn't. On the police to get there, right? And so Hannah over there taking notes, going through the paperwork. And I'm just steady saying to myself, heifer, why are you going through this? You are the power of attorney to Catherine's estate. Tell them, put the egg over their face, walk out, do what you got to do. She wouldn't tell him. Why they sitting there? David is still trying to talk Hannah into just giving the papers up. They can call off the police. But Jim, he's still calling her a bitch. He calling her dumb, telling her she can't afford an attorney. And so David like, Jim, you need to stop because, you this close to being racist and disrespecting. And so Jim like, David, I don't care about disrespect her. And David was like, you about to disrespect me. And I'm just, so now you want to stand up for being black? Now you tired of being Steven from Django? And now all of a sudden you tired of, so nevertheless, then David tells Jim, stop talking like that. You on the verge of being racist. And Jim was like, David, come on. I'm not a racist. I'm the furthest thing from a racist. You know me, David. I screw anything walking, regardless of the color. And bro, that has nothing to do with your behind being racist whatsoever. So then he started calling Hannah dumb, telling Hannah she don't know exactly what she looking at on the paper, the P&L chart. And she was like, oh, profit and loss. And I'm saying to myself, I learned about P&L chart when I was in high school. Like, I'm not saying Tyler couldn't have took it a different way, make it a little bit more complex of a question, but I learned about profit and loss when I was in high school, early in high school. So yeah, so she started breaking down the different businesses, how they filing their taxes and things like that. So then the police finally arrives, and my thing with David is, you just told this man to chill out before you start coming off as racist and disrespecting me, etc., etc. But as soon as the police arrives, you the first person to get to talk to them doggone polices. yes, officer, this woman, she assaulted me. And the woman was like, oh, is this true? And he was like, judge. Like, he wanted to throw his status out there that he's a judge. And we ain't seen them in the doggone courthouse since maybe season 1, season 2. So I don't know how much of a judge he still really is. So the next thing you know, Hannah had to pull a card and say, ma'am, he put his hands on me first, so I was just retaliating. And David, and she was like, is that true, judge? And he was like, well, and so you think Hannah so dumb to the point where she just gonna let that go off like that? Just didn't make no sense to me. Then Hannah had the police officer read the sheet of paper, and basically they had egg all over their face when they found out that she had power of attorney over Catherine's estate. And I'm just saying to myself, we went through a whole episode of this. Hannah, we could have nipped this in the bud first 10, 15 minutes. You could have been told him what was good. After you hit David upside the head with the thing, you could have told him what was good. And so that's what I'm saying. And you know, I forgot to mention that Jim was telling Hannah, listen, Hannah ain't really feeling Benny right now. So Jim threatened to kill Benny to get his $8 million back. And Hannah just sitting there, she ain't budging. She ain't budging whatsoever. And so I'm just saying to myself, like, dog, Hannah, since you power of time, I'm hoping Catherine got some cameras around here somewhere. You could pull this back and play. Look, he's threatening to kill my son and get it, and get him locked up even, quicker rather than, later than he's supposed to already be locked up. I believe he still got his issues with his case going on. But anywho, that was pretty much that scene. This episode, we got a Veronica Harrington scene. Celine, she comes over, knocks on the door, comes in, and Veronica had to bring up Veronica was like, see, that's the problem with y'all Mexicans. Y'all just think y'all can come over here, illegally. She say, you just can't cross the border like that. Go back outside, knock, and wait till I tell you to come in. I'm just saying to myself, boy, part of me, listen, y'all. I don't know what Tyler trying to take Veronica character role to, but at this point in time, she ain't the same Veronica we fell in love with. Like, we still love her because of, our history with her, but she just got too much going on. So Celine expressing to her, Jim and David trying to get her fired. And so Veronica was like, well, you can come work. You can come clean out my house. I seen how you cleaned up Catherine's little raggedy piece of house, so you could just come here and clean mine. And she really want to work at this hospital for whatever reason, which I can't really blame her. I wouldn't want to, be Veronica's housekeeper, because as you can see, she about to get the one she got head knocked off very, very soon. Veronica in the house quarantining, right? While she got Lauren, or whatever her little mama name is, going out pretending to be her, wearing her clothes and her wigs and her shoes and driving her car. She about to get her head knocked off. Do you understand what I'm saying? So she tells Celine that she'll handle it, make sure she still got a job and all of that. So later in the episode, Veronica gets another visit from her PI who's watching the people who watching her. And she just really wants to know, like, hey, are they seeing me every single time I leave? And he was like, yeah. So it's so funny because he does not even realize Veronica is in the house on quarantine while she's sending her housekeeper out, running all her errands and doing all this stuff. When I tell you that Veronica, I think what's going to happen is Jim hit team, they gonna miss, because Veronica PI said as long as he's on the job that she's well protected. He gonna be able to save the day, and she gonna blackmail the girl into doing whatever kind of Veronica Harrington mess it is that she want her to do. That's just my personal opinion about what she gonna do with that little girl. So anyways, moving on, Benny going visits the realtor Rihanna. I'm assuming that's going to be his love interest. They talk about houses for a quick second. Then she thanks him for just being kind and concerned about her and all those things. And I'm just saying to myself, that's just game. You know what I'm saying? He seen you crying. He was attracted to you. He trying to shoot his shot. I mean, don't put too much into it. And so, long story short, Benny gonna create another problem with the Malones that Mitch already then got under control. Or at least we think Mitch got under control. We'll find out next week for sure. So Benny going visits Candace in the hotel room. Candace, he's still kind of sort of mad about them not telling him about Derek, but who really cares, Benny? Like, my whole thing is this, dog. When you found out, you only hit him one time. You be doing all this big boy talk like you really gonna catch a body, like you really down for committing murder one. But truth be told, all you want to do is fight. You don't even want to fight. You punch this man. Man, listen, let me find out a man that raped my mama and I'm face to face with it. You feel me? He gonna get way more than one little punch. Even if he don't want to fight me back, I'm gonna have to put them things on him. Or you know, fire him up or something. So next thing you know, he changed the subject, asked Candace, has she took a pregnancy test? So I guess she's going to be pregnant for the president. Then Mitch comes in. Benny trying to act like he fake mad at Mitch and asking Mitch why is he always here with Candace and all of this and all of that. Everybody is concerned about Candace being pregnant by Charles, the president-elect. And I can't stress this enough, y'all. I haven't said it in a while. I am here to see Candy Kane take the White House so her punk ass mama can be so embarrassed, because we can't stand Hannah. We really can't. So that was pretty much that scene. Moving on. Psychologist or whatever, she comes in to visit Wyatt. I'ma assume Jim hired her because she basically told Wyatt, like, look, either you gonna talk to me or you gonna go back to jail. So which one is it gonna be? And if you tell me that you are in excruciating pain, they can't take you back to jail. So I'm gonna assume that she's working for Jim and working on making sure, keeping that. He need to go to jail. He need to go to prison. Like, already, bro, you done tried to kill your mama. We just sick and tired of it. Like, seriously, we sick and tired of it. So Marty goes and pays Catherine a visit and tell her the bad news that she cannot get bail. Catherine don't want to hear it, so she wants to fire Marty. She tells him that he's fired and she's going to hire the best. And he was like, I hope you're not talking about Veronica. Everybody know Veronica the best lawyer in Savannah, Georgia, hands down. Like, the respect is shown across the board. And he says, well, you might not want to do that considering she's a witness in this case. I was kind of expecting Catherine to act a little different in the moment, only because you was talking about hiring her and then you find out she's a possible witness against you. Like, you know, I was kind of expecting her to spaz out just a little bit, but she didn't. So Marty says he's going to try one more judge. I'm going to guess that judge is David Harrington, because we don't know any other judges on the show, to see if she can get bail. And she said, I give you 24 hours. And so last but not least, I don't even know if we want to put too much into this, but Sandy, which is Mitch's cousin, the fake gangster, the wannabe gangster who was scared to shoot Wyatt, he visited his ex-girlfriend, Rihanna. Long story short, he abusive, and he tells her that she belongs to him and she owes him. So like I said, him, Benny, it's going to be a confrontation in there somewhere. But listen, here's the thing now. Here's the thing. Benny just be having too much going on, man. Like, I hope when Mitch find out that Benny trying to talk to Rihanna, he tell Benny, fall back. We already got y'all out of one situation. There's plenty more pussy out there for you to get. You feel what I'm saying? But anywho, that's pretty much the episode. Like I say, not too much going on other than Hannah hitting David upside the head and they finding out that she has power of attorney. But if I missed out anything important, y'all let me know in the comment section below. Everybody be sure to subscribe, comment, and share. I'm going to holler at y'all later. Peace. I'm out.